It's a good morning from here. How you guys doing? I hope you are doing beautifully well. It's been a long while. It's been a while. Okay, so thank you so much to everyone that checked in upon me. I'm really grateful. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, so I'm going to be talking briefly on polycystic ovary syndrome, also known as PCOS or PCOS. All right, and I'm gonna go step by step. All right, because personally I also experienced it. All right, some years back, and I'm going to share my the things that I did and the things that things that I did and what I used that helped cure victory. All right, guys. Yeah, my success story. All right, so I had to put down a few points. All right, so I don't get to forget anything at all. All right, and then I want this video to be really quick. Yes. Okay, so what is PCOS? PCOS is when the male, I'm going to be as simple as possible, it's when the male hormone known as androgen, all right, is in a woman's body. Okay, it could be little or it could be much. All right, and these are the things that causes that makes a woman. You see some women, they have hairs all over their jaw, their face. Okay, they are very hairy, right? Some of them um because they have this male hormone in them. All right, so I'm going to tell you how you can easily detect, because even without going for an ultrasound, because for you to really be doubly sure, like 100% sure that you have PCOS, okay, it's advisable that one goes through an ultrasound to be really sure. So the first way you could actually detect, one can detect that she has PCOS is, cysts in the follicle in the ovary. It's going to be like a cyst, like a follicle around the ovary. You have the male pattern in you, and the woman is going to have the male pattern in her. Okay, she's going to have all the features that a man usually have: the bears, the hair, the baldness, and all of that, and irregular period. Sometimes people that have PCOS or PCOS, usually they have irregular period. Sometimes some of them have their periods like 3 times in a year. Some people could have it like they have it this month, and then in the next 3-4 months they don't see it, or when it comes, it either comes it becomes so flowy, it comes with full force. Okay, it looks like the person is bleeding, or when it eventually comes, it just comes in a smaller quantity. Okay, or it drops, and it's usually very painful. Okay, if you have a regular period, okay, you have like the 35 days cycle thing, and you have a painful period and it comes regularly, that is not PCOS. But when it does not come regularly, it comes this month and then after some months it doesn't come, then there are chances that one has PCOS. Okay, so let me just say all the symptoms that one could experience, all right, while having PCOS. Yeah, number one thing is the irregular period thing. It's not going to be regular, I've mentioned that. And the woman would always experience fatigue. All right, it's more or less, it has similar symptom like a sickle cell disease carrier. all right? But it's not entirely like that, okay? That person is going to feel weak no matter how she tries, because it's just women that can experience PCOS, okay? No matter how she tries to rest, no matter how she tries to relax and all, okay, she's going to always feel fatigue. She's always going to feel tired. And then another thing is obesity or overweight. All right. Some women that are fat or that has weight, it's not really necessarily as a result of the things that they eat. Okay, it's not necessarily as a result of what they eat. It could be that they have traces of PCOS in them. All right, so sometimes some will say, okay, I really don't want to eat because I'm adding a lot of weight, I'm increasing, and I'm not eating. All right, so scientists are that she could be having PCOS in her. All right, and then unnecessary bloating. Sometimes you see some women that have really huge stomach. It's not like they are pregnant, and it's not like they are not watching their diet. It's not like they are not trying to do all the necessary exercises that would make them have a flat tummy and all. And most of the times it's not like they have fibroid, okay? Some do not even have fibroid, okay? But they just have bloating, especially around their abdomen. All right, and sometimes, most times, this could be as a result of PCOS. And then another thing, the woman is always craving for sugary things. All right, it's like it's like your taste, her taste bud is always craving for something that is really sugary. And the thing is this, sometimes some of the women, okay, like in my case, I wasn't obese, all right, I wasn't fat, all right, okay, mine was okay, let's leave mine for now. And I was taking all the I had this craving for really sugary stuff, okay, and no matter how I take the sugary things, I wasn't still adding. Okay, and there are some that will try to avoid those craving and avoid taking all those things, and they will still be bloated, and they will still be so it differs. It depends on the body system. It depends. And then another symptom is mood swing. Some of the women, you see this minute they are happy, they are super excited, they love life, they want to live life, and then the next minute they are like, oh my god, why me, I don't want to live. Okay, they have this mood swing. Okay, this minute they are happy, and the other minute they are very sad, the other minute they want to commit suicide, they are depressed and all of that. And if you ask them what the problem is, they can't really pinpoint what is really going on with them. Okay, and another thing is acne. All right, you see some women, they have really terrible acne, terrible pimples on them. Even sometimes some of them try to avoid taking some things that they feel could be contributing to that acne. Okay, but no matter how they try to avoid it, it's keep increasing, it's keep getting worse. Right, so all these symptoms, and then sometimes lose loss of hair. Okay, some go bald. There's really no hair on their hair. Either their hair is pulling, or it depends. Okay, it depends. It differs on. It really differs on the body system. And then let's go to some of the causes. What are the things that causes PCOS in women? Okay, number one thing is sometimes it's caused by insulin. All right, another thing is it could be hereditary. All right, if you have like a family member or relation that has at any point, or sibling that has at any point gone through the process of PCOS during their lifetime, okay, their chances are, okay, let's say a mother went through the process of PCOS, chances are like there are chances that her daughter would as well go through that process, okay. And then another thing is when the male hormone, that's the androgen, okay, is high, is present in the woman's body, okay, she's definitely going to have all the male features and all of that, okay. So some people would feel I'm gonna shave it off, okay. Even if you shave it off, even if you use all the beauty hacks to get rid of those hair, okay, it's gonna keep coming, all right, because it is something that is coming from within, all right, guys. So, and some of the complications, unfortunately, some of the complications that comes with PCOS is sometimes it could lead to infertility, okay. And this is because the woman does not menstruate regularly, all right. She doesn't menstruate regularly, so she's not going to ovulate, all right. There's not going to be any form of ovulation, and there's not going to be release of matured eggs for fertilization. So sometimes it's one of the complications. And when she eventually takes in, all right, when some of those women eventually takes in, chances are very high that they are going to have miscarriages, okay. Sometimes no matter how careful and watchful they are, all right, that is one of the complications that comes with it. And cancer of the uterine lining, all right, because that is where the cyst grows, okay. So sometimes it could actually cause cancer, which would lead, if not properly taken care of, it could lead to the damage of the uterus, it could lead to the damage of the womb, and probably the final removal of it, okay. So that is why, as a woman, one needs to really be careful. I mean, really need to take notes of what goes on in the body and make your findings and all of that. And another complication is the eating disorder, okay. Sometimes you know, like I said earlier on, some people would have cravings. Yeah, I used to have that feeling. Okay, you have cravings, you just want to take this at this particular time. And sometimes some people do not really have that cravings, and you know, they feel they could be hungry, all right. It's not like they're thinking about anything, but they don't really have that appetite. It's just like a mixed feelings at the same time, going on at the same time, all right. They are hungry, but they don't know what to eat at that particular time, okay, guys. So those are the common you know, depression, because it's depression. Those are the common those are the common complications okay, that comes with PCOS. Okay, so I'm going to be sharing with you the things that I did eat, okay, because I noticed at first most people would start with pills. Okay, you go to the doctor and then you start taking pills. And the thing that most people that have PCOS do not know is each of these pills that you take, sometimes it has its way of bringing more complications, all right. Because let's say we have like 10 women that have PCOS, that are suffering from PCOS syndrome, yeah, PCOS, and there's just one pill that those 10 women are going to use. The reality is this: those 10 women are going to have 10 different reactions, and sometimes it's not always positive, sometimes it could be negative, okay. But definitely those 10 women are going to have their different reactions, okay. So it's always advisable to stay away from pill. And if you decide to take pill, that means you're going to take pill every day. And then taking that pill every day, how long do you intend to take it? All right. And taking of those pills only help to suppress it. It doesn't really get rid of the PCOS itself. It only helps to suppress it. Okay, so what happens eventually when you stop taking those pills? It means everything is just going to go back to the way it was, and even before going back to the way it was, you're still going to have some other complications, because some of these pills are not so advisable. So I'm going to tell you some of the natural things that I did, some of the natural things that you could also do that would help you to eventually get your life back. Okay, if you've been having irregular periods and all of that as a result of PCOS, the things that you can do, and then you get your life back and live a normal life, and get pregnant if you want. Okay, so the number one food you have to eat is you have to feed more on carbohydrates. Okay, it doesn't really have to be all carbs. All right, you have to avoid the ones that have excess sugar, and avoid any food that is being processed. Foods that are processed, you try to avoid it. Take more of things that are unprocessed, things that are fresh, things that are like vegetables. Okay, vegetables is very advisable. Any kind of vegetables, be it cabbage, be it pumpkin, be it spinach, any kind of vegetables at all. Okay, you could feed on apples, you could feed on anything that is fruits and vegetables, and strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, avocado. All right, and there is this special smoothie that you can always take. Okay, even if it's just once in a day. Okay, so you could get avocado, you could get blackberries, you could get all the berries, and then you mix it up together, and then you grind it. All right, and you drink it. All right, it might not be so sweet, but it's definitely not going to have a sour taste. Okay, so if you take it every day, chances are very high that you're going to have a regularized period. Okay, so just take anything that is not really processed. Okay, and then you take things that has minimum amount of fats. Okay, like olive oil, coconuts, and then you take fish, and if you want to get omega-3, or yeah, it's anything that is fishy. Okay, that has a little bit of fat in it. Okay, the most important thing is spicy food as well helps. All right, it depends on your ethnicity, but spicy food, oh, this video is long. Spicy food really helps. So dried beans, take more of nuts and all of that. But no matter what you do, just avoid being hungry. Okay, do not get hungry. Don't say you're trying to watch your weight, or you're trying to watch your bloated stomach and all of that, and then because of that you do not want to eat. Okay, you could actually eat in a smaller portion. You can snack on anything at any time. All right, but don't overfeed. All right, and don't overfeed. Just snack as regularly as you can. Don't wait until you feel hungry and then you take more of fluids. Okay, I hope this is helpful, guys. So till I come here, oh my god, the video is long. Okay, so do have a wonderful and amazing time ahead, and remain blessed. I hope this is helpful. Do remain blessed and have amazing time ahead, and try to avoid white bread. Okay, yeah, it has more carbohydrates and sugar in it. All right, so if you want to buy anything that has just read the label. Anything that has 5 gram sugar in it, just don't get it. Okay, avoid anything that has large quantity of sugar in it. All right, so do have a wonderful and amazing time, guys, and remember